My butt hurt, because a Viking woman had kicked me from behind while I was busy, and the motion of my horse wasn't doing me any favors. The red spot on my shoulder promised to bloom into a baseball-sized bruise, but other than that, I'd gotten away scot-free. Derek sported a cut across his chest, and Ascanio, whose shirt had somehow gotten mysteriously ripped to shreds in the heat of the battle, was black and blue from the neck down. It wouldn't last more than a couple of hours, and by the evening the lot of them would look like new, while I would still be nursing a sore shoulder and butt. Shapeshifters. The wind brought a whiff of hops from Gastek's vamp loping next to me. The Vikings had tried to drown it in a barrel of beer, and most of its green sunblock had come off, so Gastek had ended up rolling him in some mud to keep skin damage to a minimum. The mud had dried to a nasty crust, and the vamp looked like something that would come out of Grendel's tail end. Grendel had spent most of the fight barking and biting random people and was now smeared with someone's vomit. Curran had escaped unscathed, mostly because when people tried to assault him, he punched them once and then they didn't get up. He walked now next to my horse in his human form, a big smile on his face. What?
Just a good thing you took the lead on that one. It could have gone badly and degenerated into a huge brawl.
Screw you.
Oh, I hope you do, baby.
In your dreams.
And that's why I don't like visiting the Neo-Vikings. They're an uncivilized lot, and nothing good ever comes from it.
They started it.
Of course they started it. They're Vikings. That's what they do.
I can't help but point out that Dogfin now knows we're looking for him. He may go into hiding.
Dogfin doesn't do hiding. If he isn't involved in this mess, he'll show up on my doorstep demanding to know what's going on. If he is involved, he'll show up on my doorstep, waving his axe and trying to crush skulls. Works either way.
So we wait.
It made me grit my teeth. I'd hoped we'd get a hold of Dogfin today. Roderick was running out of time, but there wasn't anything else we could do. We go home and wait. We parted ways with Gastek, and the four of us, Curran, Derek, Ascanio, and I, made our way back to the keep. Jim waited for us on the stone steps as we rode into the courtyard.
What happened to you?
We went to see the Vikings.
This is nothing. You should have seen what happened to the vampire.
Jim smiled. I dismounted and gave the dude's reins to a shapeshifter kid from the stables.
Some people are here to see you.
What people?
From the guild.
Fine. How's the boy?
Doolittle says he's the same. Your guests are in the second floor conference room. Third door on the left.
I marched to the second floor. Grendel decided to accompany me. 5 people waited in the small reception hallway by the third conference room, guarded by a female shapeshifter. One of them was Mark, the late Solomon Red's self-appointed successor, and the other 4 were Bob Carver, Ivera Nielsen, Ken, and Juke, collectively known as the 4 Horsemen. Most mercs were loners. Sometimes, when the job demanded it, they paired up the way Jim and I did, but groups of more than 2 were rare. The 4 Horsemen were the exception to the rule. They made a cohesive, strong team. They took rough jobs and finished them efficiently and mostly above board, and they were respected by the rest of the mercs. The 2 parties stopped glowering at each other long enough to contemplate my dog.
What the hell's that?
It's my attack poodle. Did you agree to come here at the same time?
Hell no.
Juke shook her head with spiked black hair.
We were here first. He just showed up.
I made an appointment. Once again, you're bringing your bully tactics to the table.
You're an asshole.
Mark looked at Ken, the Hungarian mage.
And you're a brute.
Why me? This was the first time I'd heard about an appointment. I made a mental note to ask Jim about that and pulled a quarter from my pocket. I pointed to the 4 horsemen. Heads. Mark, your tails. I flipped the coin into the air and slapped it on the back of my wrist. Tails. I nodded at Mark. Let's go. We stepped into the conference room, I shut the door, and we sat at a large table of knotted wood. What can I do for you?